say fear weakens a person. But imagine, when fear crosses its limits and takes the form of death, writing the final chapter of life itself. You can't even begin to imagine how deep that fear would go. For the past 2 days, I've been wandering this forest, and now everything around me feels strange, alive. Perhaps it's time to face that fear.
The moment Ethan steered his bike into the dense forest, he felt a chill that had nothing to do with the cold. He switched the headlight to full beam, but the darkness ahead seemed alive, swallowing the light whole. The air was unnaturally still, yet the leaves trembled, as if shivering in fear. As they ventured deeper, the forest seemed alive. Murmurs began to rise from the bushes, faint whispers that sounded disturbingly human. "Did you hear that?" Ethan asked, his voice unsteady. His eyes darted to the shifting shadows among the trees. His eyes, as if getting hallucinated by the voice. Oliver, seated behind him, clamped a hand over Ethan's ear and hissed, "Focus. No matter what you hear, don't stop." The whispers grew louder, more insistent, and then came a voice, soft but chilling, dripping with malice. Ethan glanced into the rearview mirror and froze. His breath caught in his throat. Behind them was a figure ghostly, skeletal, and terrifying. "Faster, Ethan!" Oliver yelled, panic rising in his voice. The bike roared forward, but the apparition didn't lag behind. It floated effortlessly, its haunting voice following them like a dreadful melody. Heart pounding, Ethan leaned into the throttle, desperately trying to outrun the entity. And somehow, luckily, the figure vanished in dark. Ethan took a deep breath. Suddenly, Oliver's voice cut through the silence. "Stop! Stop the bike!" Ethan slammed the brakes. Ahead of them was a massive stone wall covered in intricate carvings, strange, eerie symbols that seemed to tell a story of suffering and fear. Oliver ran his trembling fingers over the carvings. This tells the story of the forest. I think I've read about this somewhere before, something about a cave. Before he could finish, an ear-splitting scream shattered the air. The ghostly figure was closing in, its hollow eyes filled with rage, black tears streaming down its decayed face. The temperature dropped sharply as the figure neared. Its presence was suffocating, and its voice now thundered with fury. Oliver's body trembled, sweat pouring down his face. Ethan shook him roughly. "Do something! It's getting closer!" With shaking hands, Oliver pulled a small locket from his pocket. It was an old chain with ancient symbols etched into its surface. As soon as the locket caught the faint glow of the moonlight, it began to glow faintly. The apparition shrieked, recoiling in pain. "This will protect us," Oliver shouted. "Then move," Ethan yelled, grabbing Oliver and dragging him forward. Together they ran, the locket's faint glow lighting their path. Behind them, the spirit howled in fury.
"The locket light burns. Yeah, but no flame can silence your voice. Her hunger was born before time. She always finds what is hers, and you belong to her.
They stumbled and ran until Ethan stopped abruptly. He stared ahead, gasping for breath. In front of them was a spiraling symbol carved into the stone, the same one they'd seen on the wall. "This is it," Ethan gasped, dragging Oliver into the cave. The air inside was eerily still, the icy chill from the forest gone. An unsettling silence surrounded them, as if the forest's horrors had been left behind. Ethan asked, his voice tight with suspicion.
Where did you get that locket?
Oliver hesitated before responding.
Don't you recognize it? This locket was in your old trunk. Zoe and I found it.
Ethan's eyes widened as a memory surfaced. It was the same locket their father had given him and his sister, Emma, when they were children, a relic of protection, he had claimed. Before they could delve further, the cave's narrow passage opened, and they stumbled out into an ethereal light. Before them stood an ancient church. Rows of glowing candles illuminated its stone steps, their flickering flames casting away the darkness. As they climbed the steps, the air grew calm, yet oddly heavy with mystery. Then Oliver stopped. His breath hitched. His eyes locked onto a small figure kneeling among the flickering lamps. A little girl. Slowly, methodically, she lit each flame, her face calm, almost unreal. She didn't seem to notice them. Or maybe she didn't care. Oliver staggered forward, his voice breaking. It can't be. Ethan followed his gaze. His chest tightened, his own steps faltering as realization struck him. "Oliver, that's your daughter." A blinding flash of lightning ripped across. The ground shook. Shadows lurched, and when Ethan's vision cleared, his heart nearly stopped. But to Oliver, she was his daughter whole, alive. To Ethan, she was something else.
I am coming.